Hello, everybody. Welcome to Marketing Intelligence Live. Today, we will do a campaign analysis of Uber India's very awesome campaign, Bas Socho or Chal Pado. So Uber basically did this campaign because there's a perception of Uber being only into cars, basically only cab pickup and drop. But they've now ventured into Uber Moto, which is like two-wheeler uh, drops that are there, and then you have Uber Auto, which is you kind of tying up with autos and you can directly get a ride. So there's no haggling involved, that thing. So if the auto only is there, if the auto driver ties up with Uber and does it. So these two segments they wanted to kind of popularize. I'm sure the Uber users would already know of these categories existing. The two-wheeler pickup and drop has become quite popular because I mean, say the cost is in many cases almost just one fourth of what was there. So people for people which it was unaffordable, the cab pickup and drop. So the two wheeler it becomes much more easier. So and the accessibility is pretty easy. It's why people use Uber is because of the convenience. So I mean, this is they want to get into these two segments majorly. So they put out four campaign videos. So two are for promoting Uber Auto and two are for promoting Uber Moto. So let us have a look at them one by one and kind of just do a analysis of them. Awesome.
चंद्रू कहाँ ले जा रहा मुझे? किराया पूछा?
उबर ऑटो है मैम, किराया सही है।
अरे बता ना, हिंट तो दे। तो
जो सोचे जो चाहे वो करके दिखा दे।
कैफे डिलाइट।
जो सोचे जो चाहे वो करके दिखा दे।
जमाने के रोक टोक और किराए की नोक झोंक को पीछे छोड़ो। उबर ऑटो से बस सोचो और चल पड़ो। उबर, बस सोचो और चल पड़ो।
Awesome. So, in this campaign, you saw, so there are two things. Obviously, you have a theme in it where you have a deaf and mute guy, which is kind of revealed in the end, and how he's able to become a manager in a deaf and mute cafe and basically stand up on his own to feel and support him. So that's very inspirational story of somebody with a disability then coming and then earning their own living. So very touching. So they obviously with Uber's features, I would hear of the USPs with Uber Auto is talking about where during the lift that there's no haggling involved. It's coming at your like your doorstep only, and it's affordable fare. It's not like in Uber Auto the rate is like double. It would be in a normal auto, so it would be a little bit extra, but kind of manageable. So I feel very smartly they have done this where the features have been integrated into a story and a touching story basically. See, because in today's crowded marketplace for content also you have to have a story which touches the heart obviously, so tugs at the heartstrings. So this was doing it, a guy becoming a manager in a place for having a disability. So awesome. So this was the first for Uber Auto, their first campaign. Now let's go to the second one for Uber Auto.
दीदी, अब ऐसे ऑटो लेने कहाँ तक जाओगी?
दरवाजे तक।
जो सोचे जो चाहे वो करके दिखा दे।
थैंक यू।
वेलकम बैक कविता।
ऑटो ढूंढने की परेशानी और पुराने तरीकों की कहानी पीछे छोड़ो। उबर ऑटो से बस सोचो और चल पड़ो। उबर, बस सोचो और चल पड़ो।
So Bas Socho or Chal Pado is a very good. This is actually what the campaign is about. Become a tagline. It's targeted at lower middle class people where they have to think 10 times because of the limited resources. Like, I mean, people who have a lot of resources, they don't have to think twice. You know, just open up your app, book a cab, and go. But the lower middle class people, they have to think a lot in that. So here, the tagline is even Bas Socho because they think of it. Okay, I have to go here, and I can book the particular auto. And also in the storyline, obviously, I think she has a very small baby, and for when you're carrying the small baby, so on the till the doorstep the auto is coming you, so that's one very good functionality that the auto earlier, I mean, to get an auto you'll have to go out and search for it. So here it's coming at your doorstep and it leaves you. And they've played out that the pricing also is very user friendly. It is just might be a little bit more than the normal auto. And a great story wherein she just had a kid. That's what it seemed, a small baby, and then she's coming back to work, and the people in the office are welcoming her to work. So another story that is touching many females when they have the kid, they'll be inspired to go back to work and all, seeing this. So I think now what good thing many of these large companies is that the people today, I mean, they want there's inspiration, simple inspirational stories, because there's a lot of the, I mean, you're bombarded with so much of content and all, which is all lot of it is crappy and useless and just making so much noise. So you people want just simplicity, a simple story said and touching the heart. That much is enough. So these were the two campaigns that were for Uber Auto. Now we'll go to the campaigns which is for Uber Moto.
आया,
अबे दिमाग तो ठीक है तेरा, रेलवेज का इंटरव्यू है भाई।
गया और आया।
अबे टाइम से वापस कैसे आएगा?
उबर मोटो से। हाँ बस पहुंचा।
जो सोचे जो चाहे वो करके दिखा दे, जो सोचे जो चाहे वो करके दिखा दे।
बाबा को ब्लड देने आया तू? अब हमारे बीच खून का रिश्ता है और मेरा इंटरव्यू भी है।
टाइम पे पहुंचने की टेंशन और नेक काम में अड़चन साइड करो। उबर मोटो से बस सोचो और चल पड़ो। उबर, बस सोचो और चल पड़ो।
So another touching story where the guy actually from his interview, I think to his friend's dad who needed blood, he immediately goes, books that Uber Moto basically is just a bike pick up and drop, and he was able to zip through the traffic, which obviously cannot be done if you are going traveling in a car. So the features have been integrated into it, and the touching story of a guy who, though he's in an important part of an interview, his maybe face-to-face interview is just about to happen, but he takes out time to do a good deed, basically. So a good deed, he doesn't think twice, Bas Socho or Chal Pado, and he books it, and he can go up and down and come back because of the convenience of the bike commute. So this was also another, I feel, very well told story. We'll go to the second one for Uber Moto.
चुपचाप निकल जा दीदी, पर शादी वाला ट्रैफिक है, टाइम पे कैसे पहुंचेगी?
उबर मोटो संभाल लेगा, तू यहाँ संभाल लियो।
जो सोचे जो चाहे वो करके दिखा दे।
थैंक यू।
जो सोचे जो चाहे वो करके दिखा दे।
ट्रैफिक का सवाल और फ्यूचर का क्वेश्चन साइड करो, उबर मोटो से बस सोचो और चल पड़ो।
एग्जाम डन, थैंक गॉड, वरना पंडित जी मेरा एग्जाम ले लेते।
उबर, बस सोचो और चल पड़ो।
So in this, you saw that I think young girl, she's getting married, and she has an exam to give basically on the same day. So on the day of her marriage is the same day she has having an exam. So she books the Uber Moto so that she can reach the examination hall quickly, give the exam, and then take a Uber Moto back and this thing. So it's not coming in the way of her marriage, and she's able to give the exam. She don't have to sacrifice anything. So basically, Uber in this, that they have said that it is for people. It is for people who aspire to achieve, who want to change the status quo, want to progress forward in their life. So it is for those people, and maybe at that time they don't have that many resources. So this is basically for the go-getters from little bit more humble background, that they can't maybe afford the Uber cab services. So these two segments are coming out for the two-wheeler and three-wheeler, and they're highlighting them with these go-getters. So definitely, I'm sure with the narrative, they will get a lot of organic coverage. There'll be a lot of shares for these particular videos, and then the features also get highlighted. So it is, I think, they've done a great job in this. You can't say anything in these storylines. A lot of people will relate to it. So, like, what are the four? If I could like summarize what were there, so we had one guy, a deaf and mute, a disabled guy, who got the manager's job in the cafe. Then you had young mother who was returning back to work. You had a guy who was in an examination, I'm sorry, in an interview, and then he donated blood. And in the last, you have a female getting married, and on the same day, she can go and give an exam. So look at this, they are kind of covering all the territory in terms of that. So where different people, different characters are there, different people out there can relate with it. So awesome, it's a great campaign. They've just launched and they are doing pretty well. I think marketers have a lot to learn from this particular. So major takeaway is the simplicity that you can get with a simple, I mean, an inspirational story, of absolutely stuck in the roots character, a person from the soil, basically. So because that is the majority in India, so you have to have some aspirational factor attached with your services for the person to come up in his life. He's from a lower middle class background. So once you put that in your narrative, and then you put in the features also of your product and the stuff in it, so that is the, I think, major takeaway from the marketers to learn from. Awesome, great, thank you, thanks for joining me for this particular session. Please subscribe to the channel. A lot of interesting campaigns will be analyzed and seen. What are the marketing, what are the takeaway for all the people there. You will get to learn a lot of things, a lot of campaigns, what is the news, what is happening in the marketing world. All will be kind of covered in this on this channel. So please show your support and subscribe, and please share it, the video, with your fellow marketers as well. So thank you, thanks a lot, see you, take care.